Good evening, I'm John Snell.
And I'm Lauren McCoy. One of Louisiana's most historic plantations erupts into flames.
Nottoway caught fire about 2 this afternoon. Its roof collapsed a little over an hour ago. Andres Fuentes is live there where firefighters have been struggling as they battle the flames.
Lauren, John, we've been out here for maybe 15 minutes or so thus far, and the fire presence, the sheriff's office presence, still very high here as they're trying to monitor some of the hot spots and even put out some significant flames in the front portion of this plantation. I'm going to step out of the way, give you guys a live look right now. Now, this is smoke that you could see from across the river. That's how significant this fire has been. And like we said, they have been fighting this fire for quite some time. It's creeping up to the 7th hour here. Crews have been working, trying their best to navigate parts of the roof that did collapse and navigate sort of the historical structures and columns here in the front, as you can see. But again, very significant police and fire presence out here as they're monitoring the situation. We did see a number of different fire crews switch on out, be replaced with fresh fire crews just to monitor the situation. But again, they have been battling this for almost half a day, or I should say almost half a work day, right? 7 hours now going through. And Dylan, if we can kind of point again toward this plantation, because every time we look away and we look back, we start to see some of those flames flare up yet again, as you can see here at the front portion of the plantation. But we know thus far from officials is that they believe that this fire started in the south portion of this property. That's where there is a museum. They said that around 2 o'clock this afternoon, some workers were going through the facility and they noticed smoke there in the area. They left the area to go alert some of the other staffers. When they came back, that's when they saw the flames really spark about. As of right now, officials don't know how this fire started, but as soon as it started, it seems to just erupt here at this old plantation, one that is one of the largest antebellum plantation in the South, with roots that date back from the 1850s. Now, we do know from officials is that the owner of this property was in the midst of trying to renovate the property, bringing up back to a more historical code. We don't know, again, if those renovations caused this fire, but again, just recapping, we do have a fire here at this plantation going on in its 7th hour here in White Castle, Louisiana. But for now, putting live on the Decimates, Fox 8, Local First.
The scene behind me is a plantation house in Louisiana that is burned down. It's burning down in this video. But this is not just any plantation house. This was the largest antebellum plantation house in the South, owned by one of the richest enslavers in the South. This is the Nottoway Plantation in Louisiana. It was built by enslaved Africans in 1859. It was owned by this guy, John Randolph. Now, John wasn't even from Louisiana. He was from Virginia originally, but he came from a wealthy slave-owning family, and his dad was hired by the federal government to do something in Louisiana, and he moved with him. Now, originally he wanted to make it into a cotton plantation, the same type of plantation that he was used to in Virginia. But he noticed that the climate in Louisiana was a lot different, so he changed it to a sugar plantation. And because of that, he ended up tripling his family's wealth. John Randolph enslaved 176 people. But the plantation house itself was built around the same time as the Civil War. John didn't want to fight in the Civil War. He was scared. So he sent 3 of his sons and he asked, how much money do I have to give to keep me out of this? And he was a huge financial backer of the Confederacy in Louisiana. When he realized that the Confederacy was losing, he left his wife in Louisiana, took 200 slaves, and went to Texas. Once the Civil War was over, he contracted with 53 bonded people, basically people that owed him money and were working to pay it off. It's just another form of slavery. He eventually died in 1883, and his wife eventually sold the plantation for $50,000. That's the equivalent of $1.9 million today. And now he has no legacy at all.
Folks, it's Trails. We back. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I just want to add a little bit more into this situation. First and foremost, my opinion is I'm glad it's burning. I hope it continues to burn through the night. I hope every other structure that was involved with slavery also gets the same fate. And it's so beautiful to see all the crying and all the tears when this situation is occurring. But guess what? We don't care. And I'm glad it's happening. It's been up too long anyways. I don't care about it being no historical nothing. Burn it all down. Everything else is burnt down. So we're not leaving that either. But anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure y'all tap in. Hit that like and subscribe. As always, deuces. Ha ha ha. They mad. Big mad.